on, everyone? Eric Ulbrich here with Digital Film Studios. I'm here with Rod Clark from Teradek, and he's got an exciting new piece of equipment to show you today.
So this is the Teradek Cube. It's the world's first camera-top HD video encoder, and the Cube streams high-definition video over Wi-Fi. And the reason we're here today is because Digital Film Studios are early adopters in using our NFS red recording feature.
So, talk to me a little bit about how the Cube takes the signal from the camera and brings it to the computer. What exactly is it doing?
So basically what it does is it takes the video input, which is HDMI or HDSDI, and it encodes the video. So it goes in as just a raw camera signal, it comes out on the other side as something that can go over the internet. But because it's so advanced, the quality of the video coming out of the other side is actually Blu-ray quality video.
Rod, it seems to me that the Cube does two things really well. It does live viewing as well as what you guys have developed called proxy recording. Talk to me a little bit about both options and what they can do to benefit a film shoot.
Right. So the cool thing about the Cube is that we basically designed this little box that sends out high definition video. But the ecosystem that's developed around it has been really surprising for us. In the most basic form, you can use this for live video monitoring, right? So you can just take this and stream it to a laptop.
Okay.
And that's really great for like independent filmmakers.
One of the things that I know at Digital Film Studios that we really like about the Cube is it's very cost effective for what we want to do. You know, with a Cube and a router and a laptop, you can get basically a VTR system with proxy recording for around $3,000. This is small enough that it can fit on an HDSLR, it can fit on a RED, it can fit on pretty much any camera that you put on it, and it makes it so that we can have instantaneous playback. So Rod, tell me a little bit about the Cube and how it integrates with the RED with this proxy recording, because this is very exciting.
When you hit record on a RED, not only does it send video down the SDI, but it also sends a whole host of data that's information about the take. And on the other side, the NFS file share, basically when it senses that there's a file being created on one end, it starts to create an identical file, a proxy file on the other side.
Oh, very cool.
Except that our files are a lot smaller because it's gone through the H.264 video compression.
Mm-hmm.
So you get a very manageable yet very high quality video signal that's being recorded onto your little server, your laptop or whatever.
So theoretically with these files, if I was to take this and put it on the RED and do my proxy recording and do a small low budget feature, I could pretty much have offline dailies created and generated instantaneously with the Cube, wirelessly,
right,
while still being able to play back and view live. And then I could pretty much offline my movie with just what comes on the Cube.
Absolutely.
So with that said, do we want to set up an NFS file share and set up some RED recording and show the people how exactly we're doing what we're doing?
I think we should do that. All right, I'm going to put the Cube on the handle here. We've got a little through hole and a 1/4-20 plug. Then I'm going to get this thing plugged into the SDI and the power. All right, Eric, what are you up to?
So, Rod, I've got 3 programs here that are going to help the Cube and my laptop work together to create some of the things we've been talking about. First off, I have VLC, which plays the stream from the Cube to the computer. I have NFS Manager, which allows us to create a file share which takes the recordings from the Cube and puts them on a folder on the laptop. And finally, I have an Air Video Server, which then allows us to be very iPad and iPhone friendly, which distributes those recordings so that we can play them back on the iPad and the iPhone instantaneously. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up Safari here, and I'm going to Bonjour access login to my Teradek Cube. I've set the Wi-Fi on my Cube and the Wi-Fi on my laptop to be on the same network so that the Bonjour access can see the Teradek. I'm going to log in to my user page here, and we have a dashboard that shows up, which gives me pretty much all the necessary things that I need to see about how the Cube is working, how it's talking with my computer, and so forth. I'm going to click on my little arrow here for my wireless stream. It's going to download a VLC stream, and then all I need to do is double click on it, and it's going to show up here, and we have our feed from the Cube to the laptop. Now we want to set up proxy recording, and proxy recording is a little bit of a different setup, but it's fairly easy to do. I'm going to go to my video setup, I'm going to click recording, and that's going to bring me to this video recording mode. I'm going to enable proxy recording because when the RED records, we want the Teradek Cube to record as well. So Proxy recording, we're going to hit set record mode. The cube is going to think for a few seconds, and it's going to start our recording setup. Once this is done, I'm going to go ahead and click on NFS Manager. It's going to pop up here on my computer. And we're going to create a new shared definition. And the shared definition is going to be the folder in which the recordings are going to be placed into the cube. There's a couple little setups that we're going to have to go through. First off, I'm going to create a new folder to share. I'm going to select that folder, and I'm just going to place on the desktop a folder, call it Capture, and hit Select. Now, I need to uncheck Share Read Only, and I need to check Allow Client to also mount objects in shared folder. Now, the user mapping, I want to use customized mapping for. And I can get to that customized mapping if I go to Show Advanced Options, User Mapping, and I want to set Map All Accessing Users to a different identity as specified below. I'm going to select myself, and then I'm going to hit Close, and I'm going to hit Apply. Now it's going to ask me for my password. Hit OK. And now our NFS share has been created. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount my NFS shared volume to the Teradek. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click Mount Network Volume. I'm going to go ahead and clear this out. Now, we have to find the host name. We want to make sure it's NFS. The host name is just the IP address of the computer itself. So we're going to go into System Preferences, Network, and there's our IP address right there. I'm going to highlight that. And then I want to designate which folder the share is actually set up in. So for that, it's very simple. We're going to go back into NFS File Manager here. Now, it's all ready to go. I'm going to pull up Finder here really quick, and I'm just going to double-click into the Capture folder. And I just want to show you, if I now make it smaller here, and I click Mount, the Teradek cube is going to think for a sec, and you're going to see a Recordings folder pop up in the folder that we made that NFS file share. As you can see, the recording volume is set up properly. We have all of our settings put in properly, the recordings, and now the cube is ready to go for some recording onto the camera. So Rod, if you'd please do me a favor and let's roll a couple takes. So he's going to roll the camera, and as we see immediately, we have A001 clip 001 show up. He's going to cut the camera, and the moment that camera cuts, we've now created a 720p H.264 wireless stream daily. You can go ahead and play that back. As you can see, the camera is recording. We have time code and clip information on it, which is all really great. So now what we want to do is we want to take this a step further. What we want to do is we want to then take it to Air Video, and we want to put it onto an iPad or an iPhone. So I've already got Air Video loaded up here on my computer as a server. You can download the server from Air Video's website. It's free. And you can also download the iPad app from the App Store, which is only $2.99. So I'm going to click on Preferences. Our server is running. I'm going to add the folder that we created, Capture, to the Air Video server. And now it's set up as servicing that folder. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my iPad. So we're going to turn our iPad on here. We're going to unlock it, and we're going to click on our Air Video application. I'm going to add a server, which is my MacBook Pro. It's going to connect to the server. It's going to ask me for a password. So we're going to hit Capture, and it's going to come up with all of our clips right here. We can play our clips instantaneously. It has all of our time code and clip information here. So we're going to roll the red camera right now, and you're going to see that when Rod cuts the camera, I go ahead and hit refresh on the iPad, click on that previous shot, hit play, and we're ready to go. There we are. Rod, it seems like the cube is a very versatile tool for any production environment today, and it seems like we've showed a lot of stuff that it can do, and there's a lot of stuff that we haven't even explored yet that it can do. So talk to me a little bit about that.
I think it's really cool what you guys are doing with it. I mean, I see people using it for, big television shows, being able to stream from one set to another, and I think that there's opportunities for people to do running footage, and it's great for being on location and running and gunning and having VTR without having a big VTR setup. So I think it's a pretty neat setup for the future of filmmaking.
Yeah, we have the system for rental here at Digital Film Studios. We like to rent it as a complete package. It comes with the cube, A router, as well as during the prep, will help set up all your software on your laptop so that when you get to set, it's a seamless process, very easy to use, very cost effective. It's basically a VTR system in a box. If you have any more questions, you can go to digitalfilmstudios.com.